joint is stiff. We can stretch the muscles all we want, but we'll still be hitting a dead end. Hey guys, welcome to the most important stretch video of this entire series. We are working on hips today. So why is this the most important? Well, one, the hips are the biggest joint in the body. The second thing is that when the hips aren't rotating properly, it puts a lot of stress on other joints. So example, lower back usually comes from stiff hips, and also knee pain comes from stiff hips. We also can end up experiencing postural issues when we have stiff hips because basically our whole body will mold to try to make up for the biggest joint in our body not being lax. Okay, so in my 12 years of working with people, helping them with their injuries and helping them get fitter, if people don't have the proper hip laxity, then we start noticing that, oh, the squats are causing some knee pain. In the Western world, we're either sitting or on a chair or we're sitting in the car. We're not using the rotative ability of our hips. I mean, even if we're walking or running, we're only using the front and back motion of our hips. We're not using the external and internal rotation, okay? So the stretch that I'm gonna take you guys through today involves joint rotation. We're going to really be torquing through the hips. So that being said, it's not going to be that comfortable, but I don't want you guys to just give up. I want you to find and adjust and shimmy and find a position that's going to work for you. Okay, so here we go. We're going to get the energy moving, and then we're gonna get on the floor, and then we're gonna get all up in it. So for today, you guys need either a pillow or maybe a few books just to make a bit of a stack, or if you have a yoga block, that's perfect. All right, so first we're gonna get the energy moving. So we're just gonna, whether you bounce or you skip or you shift the weight or you pull your knees up and do some knee hugs, we're just gonna move the energy around, especially if you've been sitting. All right, and then we're gonna do one more important one. What you're gonna do is your feet are gonna go wide, and we're gonna start with this, okay? So you're just gonna move one hip to the side, and then you're gonna move the other hip to the side. All right, so you might feel a little bit of stretching. Now, as much as I do want you guys to watch what I'm doing, I also want you to tune into your body and just kind of get a feel for what you're feeling, okay? So we're gonna do a couple more here. Keep the breath going. All right, now from the side, we're gonna take the hips and we're gonna push them out to the back, and then we're gonna follow through and take them all the way through the other side. Take your hips up to the front and all the way back to the side. Okay, from here we're going to end up on the floor. This is where you'll need your either pillow or yoga block or stack of. Now for this video, I'm going to keep encouraging you to try the next option or just stay in a place that's comfortable. Like I said, it can be a little bit uncomfortable. So the first thing we're going to do, you're going to let one knee fall in as much as you can, and then pull it back out, and then you're going to let your other knee fall in. Look at how much my other knee falls in, by the way. But I'm gonna lift up my bum and I'm gonna let it fall in all the way. All right, so here we go. We're gonna do this for about, it's gonna last about 30 seconds. What you're going to do from here is you're going to be sitting in a 90-90 position. So now when I first tell people to do this position, they normally pull their legs in all the way. What I want is us to get a little bit uncomfortable, and we're going to put this front leg in a 90-degree position, and same with the back leg. It's okay to use your back hand as a bit of a kickstand, and ideally you want your front body to be as upright as possible. Okay, if you're feeling any pain, you can come out of the position and maybe try your other side. Sometimes one side is usually a little bit more stiff. Now from here, we're gonna have both hands supporting, and we're gonna take some breaths together. As you breathe, you're going to try to relax the muscles here. You're going to try to relax the muscles here. Like I always say, it doesn't have to look just like this. And we're going to use our breath and we're going to see if things will calm down a little bit. So from here, you turn your chest, means your whole body is going to tense up because it's not sure what's going on here. We're going to turn micro turns. It's going to be so minuscule. This leg is going to stay where it is. We don't want this hip to move at all. We are trying to create some torque in that joint and possibly help it rotate in a direction that we normally don't get to rotate. So we're going to take a couple of breaths here. Now, if you want a little bit more, you're welcome to start pushing your back foot down into the floor and you'll feel a little bit more of a torque in your hip here. All right. Stay with me. Right? Not that comfortable, right? I told you guys. All right, now from here, you're gonna grab your pillow or your yoga block, or if you're feeling way too much already and this is uncomfortable, you might not use this, okay? So what you're gonna do with that is you're going to shimmy it right under your foot. All right, and once you do that, this puts your hip in an internally rotated position even more. And we're going to continue rotating the body towards the back leg. We're going to do this for about 5 breaths here. If you need a little bit more, you can push your knee and your foot gently down into the floor. All right. And a couple of breaths here. And as you quiet, you start to feel extra torque in your hips. Stretch effectively is you have to incorporate some joint rotation, because if the joint is stiff, we can stretch the muscles all we want, but we'll still be hitting a dead end. One more breath here. Now from here, we're going to turn this into a little bit more of a stretch. You're gonna slide your hand back and we're gonna start leaning back. Now what we're trying to create is a stretch down this side of the body. Your knee is gonna remain on the floor and you're just gonna drop down. If you can drop onto your elbow, great. If not, you can stay right here. We're gonna stay here for a few breaths. Whew. And breathe. Trying to relax the whole body. Even the opposite leg is going to want to come up. Again, the nervous system is not used to this position. A lot of us don't sit with our legs in this 90-90. So we might start feeling that the body will start tensing up. That's okay. We're just going to use our breath to calm down. Last breath here. And then we're going to slowly come out of it. Come on up. Try to keep the movements as slow as possible. We don't want to startle the body because then it goes and it tenses up and then we really can't stretch effectively. All right, so from here, if you did have a pillow or a block underneath your foot, you're just gonna take it out. Now, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna open up this knee, open it up as much as you can. It's gonna feel really stuck. That's okay, and back down. We're gonna do this 5 times. If you need to walk your hands back a little bit, you'll notice I just did the same. You can do that. Another thing you can do is if this is uncomfortable, you can push that foot away from you. So we'll just make the angle a little bit less, okay? If it did feel okay-ish, it's not gonna feel good, but it'll feel uncomfortable. As long as there's no pain, we can pull it a little bit stronger and then control it on the way down, okay? We're gonna do this 4 more times. Here we go. Pushing that foot into the floor, using your butt muscle, you're gonna open the knee off the floor. Your other knee is gonna stay on the ground as well. It's gonna be tempted to lift, but you're gonna keep it there. Here we go, 2 more, guys. Opening your chest towards your knee here. Opening your chest this way. Here I'm working pretty hard and close, and we're gonna do this 1 more time. Now, we're only doing 4 for the sake of the length of this video. I would love if you guys did like 8 of these on a normal basis and really started to push as you start to feel comfortable. Okay, back down we go. All right, now from here, we're gonna go to the other side. So you're just gonna, again, come out of everything very slowly. It is normal to feel cramping in this position because we're not often in this position. All right, so here we go. Same thing, have your pillow and your blocks nearby. Also welcome to put one hand on your hip, so kind of at the top of your thigh bone, your femur, and you can gently push forward, okay? So we're gonna start doing micro turns of our chest towards the back foot. Here we go. Deep breath, everything is relaxed. Small turns, remember, super, super small. You've been hearing about a lot of older people having falls. Usually that's because we lose the mobility in our hips. We can't step up high enough, and all those motions come from the hip. So we really want to maintain our hip mobility. Start gently pushing down with my foot, just about 20% of my strength. Make sure all the muscles are relaxed. Okay, so don't get frustrated if things start tensing up. The nervous system is just doing its job. It's trying to keep us safe. So we're just going to use our breath and let our bodies know that it's calm. From here, grabbing your pillow, shimmy it under and rotating the chest. Very small movements. Breathing. Now again, all I'm doing with my hand over here is I'm gently pushing this forward. Gently. We're going to do 4 breaths here. Here we go. Breathe. If you need a little bit more, you can push down with your foot. Nice. Good job, guys. Way to stick it out. And now we're going to do the same quad stretch on this side. Slowly coming up. Again, no sudden movements, keeping everything slow, not startling our nervous system. Pillow comes out, and then you're opening the knee and closing the knee. Just bear with me here and see if that discomfort will eventually go away. We're going to do this 4 times. Here we go. Open and close, using your strength of the foot and your butt muscle to pull the knee open and close. And when you're ready, slow movements, both legs are going to come up to the front. Okay, and now we're going to do what we started with, is those windshield wipers. You're going to bend your knees and we're going to let the knees fall. So one knee is going to fall in. Might notice you have some extra range. Awesome, guys. You guys did great. To me, this was the most uncomfortable stretch that I do and that I take everybody through. So if you're still watching, I'm so proud of you, and I hope you can do this again. And we will see you guys in the next video. Thanks.